Hello? Can anyone around here speak basketball?
There it is.
It's the Confederacy of Dunks Basketball Podcast.
We're going back to back. Hello and welcome to the Confederacy of Dunks Basketball Podcast. I am your host, Freddie Rivas, and who, sir, are you?
Your producer, Matt Duncan. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, I went to L.A. I was in La La Land.
Oh.
Saw the Lakers Mavs. Kobe was there. So was the Dallas Mavericks. They have Maxi Kleber, who you might know.
Yes. Very
They
familiar.
also have Boban Marjanovic.
Yeah, I know Boban.
Yeah, Boban hands.
Yeah.
Doncic fell down and he plunked his head on the ground. It looked really bad and the whole arena kind of like stopped.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the where he got hurt.
It was pretty frightening. But I'm pumped for 2020 to get this pod rocking.
Yeah.
If people, I don't know, if people want to rate us or help us or they're interested in this podcast growing,
Yeah.
how are they going to do that, Matt?
Go to dunkspodcast.com. If you look on the right there, we've got all our links for iTunes and Stitcher,
Yeah.
Player FM,
And but there's a more special link than the others, right?
Patreon. We are on Patreon.
Yeah, known as the special link.
Yeah, that's the special link. Yeah, become a patron. Become a patron.
Yeah.
Of Patreon.
That's right. You got a blue
us.
pill and a red pill.
Yeah.
When you pop the red pill,
Yeah,
you are a subscriber to Jordan Peterson on the Patreon.
and that red pill is as low as $5.
That's right.
Great.
We are not Jordan Peterson. We need
No.
your help. We don't have a massive following yet.
Yeah.
I am a college professor, though. So
That's
I'll say
true.
that.
Yeah.
But, okay, just help us out. Check out the
Yeah.
Patreon. We really appreciate it.
We got toques. We're in the winters here.
That's right. $20 for your head top.
Yeah.
And you always like to say something about the toques that's like really important and frequently asked question about toques.
Yes.
Which is?
That they're not itchy. That's
right.
It doesn't matter if you have hair or you don't have any hair. It won't be itchy. I guarantee you that.
So Matt really
Take it to the bank.
Matt cares whether your bald head
Yeah.
or hairy head is itchy.
Yeah.
Neither will be.
It ruins the toque. It really does.
Yeah, sure. I don't have that much like psoariasis or like
I have very sensitive skin.
head itch, but
Constantly
I
itching
guess I got
myself.
sensitive skin, so I get that. Should we get cracking or what?
All right, you ready for the guests?
I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring on guest number one. We're all in studio, by the way, so this is a fun way to kick off the year.
Absolutely.
He's done the pod, I think, once before, maybe twice before.
I don't know who you're talking about.
That's right. You don't, because I'm really just like keeping everyone guessing.
Oh,
here.
yes, he's done it once before.
He's amazing, hilarious guy. He's a stand-up. He's a writer. He's probably contributed to something you love. Give it up at home for Nile Séguin.
Hello, everyone.
This is your song, by the way.
Sorry, I talked all over.
No, you can do whatever you want.
That's all. I did it.
All right.
I said hello, everyone.
That was groovy.
How you doing, man?
Oh,
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm great.
Doing really well.
I'm like
Happy to be
extra
here.
smiley right now.
yeah, you're
Very-
all checked up.
Very ecstatic to be in the studio.
Oh yeah. And this is would you say this is like, I mean, comparing to like Pinewood or Paramount, like big time studio or?
I it's a little intimidating. It's huge.
Yeah.
You guys can't see it at home, but it's like 90 feet up.
Totally.
And about
Like if
900
you,
square.
Yeah.
if you're a Wonderland person who goes on Leviathan, like that could fit in this studio.
Oh,
you'd
for
say?
sure. Oh, easily. At least two of them, in fact. I don't know why you need this much space.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Well, I'm happy to have you. I'll say that. Let's bring on guest number two.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times he's done the podcast. A bunch of times. And
He's one of our first guests.
He's one of our very
Way
first
back,
guests.
Way back.
He's hilarious. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
he whatever type of comedy you like, he does it. He's got some shows on the air right now.
Puppetry.
Puppetry.
Clown.
Yeah, the man, though he doesn't do those two, but he kind of does actually in some ways. He loves Lou Williams for whatever reason, which we'll get to. But give it up at home for the one, the only, Mark Little.
Sweet Lou for 3. Swish. Every time.
It's not wrong.
Automatic. Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou, automatic. Runs the pick and roll like a god. Made Montrezl Harrell what he is today. Fading to the left. You can't stop him. 17 feet. That's Lou.
He fades to the left. When he was in Toronto, people called him Two Will because he had 2 girlfriends.
That's right.
Remember that.
And Casey called a lot of plays for him. He was a bane of my existence. He's been very, very good since leaving the Raptors.
Because Casey called bad plays for him.
Hey.
His plays were literally everyone move out of the way
See.
and help watch Lou.
Mark, we started with your blind spot. We're moving over to mine, okay? Nothing wrong with sweet Dwayne Casey.
Hey, Dwayne,
and
how
his
about one
beautiful
pick and
suits.
roll? How about one
He will
on
not.
or off ball pick and roll
He
to
will
spring
not.
Lou? No, just with his primary defender, watch the clock tick down, see what happens?
Dwayne Casey refused to adjust, also refused to lose. And you want a tight suit? Not going to happen.
That's a baggy suit.
Yeah, he wears apparently fitted suits under those suits. That's a way, like if someone ever is like really like ragging him, he'll just like flash like a nice Indochino suit.
Oh, he's like Superman if
That's
under
right.
Clark Kent's normal suit was just a different suit.
You got
for
it.
more formal affairs.
The coach under that suit would run a pick and roll.
Yeah.
That's right, but he doesn't
Not
let him
this
out
guy.
unless it's
Not
an
as- not
emergency.
as old- Here we
That's
go.
right. Break glass in case of emergency and never identify when it is an emergency. That's the Casey style.
Dwayne Casey running into a phone booth mid-game, running out looking slimmer, calling an actual play.
But he wouldn't do that. That's mid-game. So
Okay.
if it's a mid-game adjustment, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's
Your
right.
team loses. That's how he wins.
Boy, we're ragging on Dwayne.
I know, and I love him. Okay, let's get rolling with the Raptors stuff. Maddie, do you want to give me that Raptors sting? I'm actually like into that now.
Yeah, you're starting to like it?
Yeah.
The dinosaur whale at the beginning? That's what that is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a door slowly opening.
I mean, well, it's what we think it would be a dinosaur whale. I don't know.
About to ask, where do we get that?
Yeah. People, honestly, like when I'm stopped in regards to this podcast, it's always with the sound Foley. So
Yeah.
so keep
I
it up. Like people,
I will.
People love that and they love you. So Mark, let's start with you.
Okay.
So my first Raptors question is we're not halfway through the season or anything, but I think it's long enough so that if the Raptors have a big offensive game or a big defensive game, our ratings aren't like wildly swinging anymore. Like the pendulum is kind of like closer to the middle, and we're tied for 15th on offense. We are 4th on D, and 6th in net rating, which is good. But yeah, I'm kind of just asking, like, is this who the Raptors are? Considering all the injury stuff, do you think this is kind of who Raptors fans should expect? Like, is this a team very, very good on defense, not good on offense?
I don't know. How's that?
That's okay. No, I like that a lot.
It feels impossible to judge because there's so many injuries.
Yeah.
And I feel like, here's the thing is that I feel like a lot of the guys filling in are good defenders, but not as good at offense. Like
Great point.
Like Terrence Davis, Rondé, McCaw's he's got something going on offense, but those other guys are kind of like Rondé's not, creating shots. He's just going to go crazy.
That's right.
So then what happens when the real guys come back and those guys start losing minutes? Probably offense gets a bit better, but probably defense gets a little worse because no Rondé minutes means like Rondé's awesome. Mm-hmm. And he's going to hustle and like stop the other team a whole bunch. But
No, it's true. Yeah, you think about like that crazy comeback with Dallas. Who was on the floor? Like Brissett? Boucher?
not Brissett.
Oh, no,
it was
not Brissett, but it was like McCaw.
Yeah, it was Lowry
Boucher.
and Scrubs. Yeah.
It was guys who wouldn't be.
It was Terrence Davis. Yeah.
like they wouldn't be, relied upon in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you were relying on them, probably you're in a very unfortunate situation.
yeah. But it's it's awesome to have this sort of I don't know, all these different vibes to your team. But I do feel like, I don't know, like when Pascal and Gasol get back, who knows?
Yeah.
Like Gasol's like amazing, and we talk about this all the time that he's super underrated. But the one thing that he definitely is extremely slow. you know? So
100%.
What the team can do with him out there offensively is cool.
Yeah,
A
we
lot of cool
can't run a
actions.
press with Gasol.
No.
You just can't.
And I feel like other teams can exploit him on defense in ways that they can't exploit. Like they can exploit Boucher in different ways, but like, you know, Boucher's got his holes, Gasol's got his holes. It's like
Totally.
there's no perfect version of this team.
Yeah, no, that's.
But I like this version right now where it's like Lowry going fucking bananas.
Oh my God, we'll get to Lowry, who's just a maniac.
He looks so mad all the time right now.
Okay, well, let's just I'll take a pause on this question because I feel like we do have to touch on Lowry a little bit. Is he not like walking around hitting himself in the face?
Yeah.
And going up to somebody and saying, "Why are you hitting me?"
Yeah.
And then they're like, "I didn't hit you." And then he like punches himself in the face again, and he's like, "You just hit me again."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Dude, I'm scared." Like he full on bullied and attacked Jared Allen. That poor man was like, "Who is that guy? And how are his demons so powerful?"
Oh man.
Like,
remember that scene in the Mark Wahlberg movie Fear, where he gets into conflict with the girl he likes' dad, and with what's her name? Who the hell plays?
see, I don't know this movie, so
Reese Witherspoon's dad.
Scene where
Yeah, and then so his dad's like, "Stay away from my daughter," and then shuts the door on him, and then he beats himself on the chest with his own fist, like frozen face, and then shows up the next day and shows her the bruises on his chest. He's like,
Cheers.
"Dad did this."
that's a Kyle move.
But yeah, just that image of him smoking himself in the face, in the chest with his frozen dead eyes. That's very Kyle Lowry.
That Brooklyn game was like argue with ref, elbow Jared Allen, hit a 3, draw a charge, argue with ref some more. This time, get your way. Like there was like 10 plays in a row that was him just like stopping the game and like bending it to like his will, like
maniac
rule wise.
Yeah.
Okay, Niall, do you have any? I guess Kyle Lowry comments, but also where are you at with this team right now?
where am I at with this team? Am I asking the first question? I'm answering the first question?
Well, yeah, let's start with the first one. And I just wanted to open it up to you if you had a Kyle feeling.
I don't have a lot of Kyle feelings. I mean, isn't that maybe he's just doing it to sort of make up for the injuries and such? Like maybe he's got to work a little harder psychologically.
Definitely, he's ginning
Kyle?
himself
Or he's
up,
gone insane.
to
I don't
compensate.
know. He may have gone insane.
Oh no, I think it's calculated for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, because I don't think that's him off court, right? Like when he answered that question about the refs, and he's yeah, no, they make calls, that make good calls. I miss shots, whatever. Like he doesn't seem. I think that's part of his job. I don't think he's.
Oh no, I totally agree.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think Kyle's lost his mind.
No, yeah.
I just think he knows what the team is like. A bunch of G leaguers now, and him. Sometimes literally that.
Yeah.
So he's doing what he can on the court.
Yeah.
On the court.
It's not pretty to watch. It's like it's the psychological equivalent of a really ugly game, like a really ugly, like a grit and grind. Like he's just pounding the guy until eventually you're just like, I don't want to play anymore.
But then hitting some incredible shots.
But like, I feel like he doesn't like complain. He campaigns. From the start of the game, he's campaigning
hard.
like
he's a little Chris. He's like Chris Paul crossed with Pat Bev.
Yeah,
he's somewhere in that world.
Yeah, that's
Cross with like
not a bad
Washington insider.
Just cross with a
Congressman, can we get your vote on this? Just relentless, like oh my god.
Yeah, he's a high level House of Cards lobbyist.
Yeah, he's a ref lobbyist.
Totally.
So wait, Niall, do you think do you think the Raptors are? Are you with Mark? You think kind of like when our big scorer Pascal comes back, and when Norm's averaging 14 points a game, and everyone shoots better when they play with Gasol. So do you think that will be better on offense, but not as good on D?
I mean, I think this is us-ish. Like I think we'll be better on offense, but I don't think it's going to be a massive shift of like, we're for sure coming out of the East or whatever, like that type of thing. I think it's going to be, we're going to be better, obviously, but not like. I think this is us, guys. I think this might be us.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I mean, the only thing that we don't know
There's a lot
is
of
like,
silence right now.
No, I think I think you're kind of like.
Feel free to like.
I'm
if
splitting the
wrong,
difference,
If you think I'm
like-
wrong, go ahead.
Now you're fucking wrong,
Finally,
dude.
someone
Niall.
said it.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think that
Now hit me. Hit me in the face. Why'd you
Pascal
do that, man?
Pascal can score so well that when he comes back, like most teams, if they lose their 25 point a game guy, are going to struggle on offense. But to me, it's kind of highlighted, particularly the Miami game, just how much we need all of our parts. Like in this, I'm delusional probably in that I think the Raptors are still contenders, but it's a very contextual thing. I think half of the league is still contenders, and the healthiest team's going to win the championship this year.
Right.
But I really think that for us to win, not only a round, but several rounds or go far, we need all of our young guys clicking at the right time and all of our old guys healthy. And that Miami game really kind of brought it home to me that our ceiling is not, it's obviously not as high as last year, but it's also not very high in general. Like last year, I think the Raptors won the championship without hitting their ceiling.
Yeah.
I think that Kawhi was never fully integrated, and that team was such a championship. That team was so ridiculously talented that, they were second in the regular season, and we had home court, and people still talk about like Philly could have beaten us if we didn't hit that shot.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It's preposterous.
God.
But like that team was absolutely stacked, and this team is not. But I think that there's no Golden State still, so I don't really think that there's a team that anyone should be scared of. There's favorites, but
Not even the Clippers.
I'm like, for me, I don't think I think like the Bucks are way better than the Clippers in the playoffs and in the regular season.
No way.
I also think Giannis is better than
You
Kawhi.
said playoffs?
Still.
You said playoffs?
The Bucks are still.
Wow.
The Bucks are still
This is
a
great.
team of scrubs.
I am so
I
excited.
have not seen anything to prove other.
I thought
The
I was gonna
Clippers
have the
are in
hottest
fourth.
take. You were
They're
just-
fourth in the West, and I think if they don't get home court, I don't see them making the finals.
But they're slumping right now. Like
Yeah.
the Clippers
Yeah,
are
yeah.
slumping right
This
now.
is the dog
And they're
days
almost
of
fully
This is
healthy.
January. This is January. Like, no
Totally.
one gives a shit in January.
In 2 weeks, we're going to be singing a
They're
different
go-
tune.
They are
about
going to hit the
Clippers.
afterburners
Hey,
for
Like
sure.
that team is insane, and the Bucks are truly
Guys.
Giannis, who can be stopped. We stopped him last year. You put the right defender on him, and he can be stopped. And then he's
And
kicking
then-
out to let's not forget who these people are. Chris Middleton is a bum. But Chris Bledsoe is a bum.
Let me say this.
George Hill is shooting the
Let me
best
say this.
3-point percentage in the league. That's not going to
The
last.
Clippers. Okay,
They're all bums.
Eric Bledsoe
Okay.
The
died.
Lopez brothers. I love
this
Robin
guy.
Lopez.
Eric Bledsoe died 3 years ago.
Okay, check this out.
And this is his
Bledsoe,
clips.
you ready for this? Bledsoe, Middleton. Bledsoe and Middleton are
am
better than anyone on the Clippers not named Kawhi and PG by a long shot.
I'm going to dress up as Lou Williams.
is three
Come
times
to your
better
house.
than Lou Williams.
No?
Oh my God.
Lou Williams
Middleton.
can't play D.
Time out.
Trez can't play
Okay.
D.
Middleton.
Zubac sucks. Don't mess with me. They have
Trez
they have
and
no
Lou
one
are so much better
on offense.
than Chris Middleton.
So great.
I'm going to go nuts. Dude, Chris Middleton
I'm
is
gonna sit back and watch this.
Chris Middleton is the greatest paper star.
He can play D, which is important in basketball.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
I have not seen
The
evidence
Bucks are
of
the
it.
best defensive team in the NBA by a very considerable margin.
But they got Giannis. They've got
Totally.
Brooke and Robin down low. Who are
Giannis
great.
is the best player in the world and has been for 2 years straight.
Yeah, except
So
he's
that's
got,
a big part of them being good. It just is.
Yeah, he's the greatest regular season player in the world.
For me, he's the best flat out player.
But he can't do it in the playoffs.
I think
his
he
flaws
can.
Are too easy
but then I
to-
go back to the Raptors were underrated. Like if the Raptors had
No, but,
Giannis,
I mean,
and the Bucks had Kawhi, we win big time.
What was
No.
it? Scott,
I mean-
tell me if I'm remembering this wrong. I think the Sixers played them a few weeks back, and they just did that shit where they just
on
they beat the crap out of them.
yeah, and then they just
Totally.
they shut
The
him down
Sixers have
again,
a-
and it wasn't like rocket science.
The Sixers have a ton of guys who can guard Giannis or dare him to shoot the three.
Wait, I haven't even offended you guys enough. The Rockets are better than
You're
the
not
Clippers.
offending me.
The
You're
Lakers
amazing
are better
me.
than
This
the
is
Clippers.
very
The
Rockets?
The Sixers are better than the Clippers.
Well, I did pick this. I picked the Sixers and the Clippers in the finals with the Sixers to win. The Sixers look bad. No, wait. I
you
think
say
I picked
the Sixers to
Clippers
win?
to win.
Okay.
I think Embiid is so good. I really do
too.
think that if Embiid had been healthy, they would have beat us in the playoffs last year.
Really?
That's
He
not
was
that wild of a
sleeping.
take.
He was just not sleeping the entire
I
series.
think the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Raptors all could have beat the Warriors last year. I really do.
I think,
And I think they all would have.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, wait. This was fun, but we'll get back to it.
Let me just pin it
No,
by
let's-
saying
let's
I
keep
think
going.
Brogdon was the best player in that Raptors Bucks series for the Bucks.
I agree.
Once Giannis was taken out of it by good defense. So I do think that
agree.
the Bucks are going to miss him so much, and I think Middleton fucking sucks.
I love that. Because I think that about Beverly and Lou Williams.
Yeah,
The Lou Williams thing.
I'll give you back.
Lou Williams, you're just going to sit there and take that?
No, I've been walking it
I
back a
love
bit.
Will Williams.
Listen.
My love is so pure that I don't even feel the need to defend him. The proof is in the pudding.
I'm just here to try to instigate.
Hey, man.
That's Lou percent. Lou percent.
We
Bill.
turned. Okay, this is fun. We turned in. We got a bit hot takey, eh?
Yeah.
You
I'd
are
say so.
swinging for the fences. It is so great.
I guess I am, but I feel grounded, which maybe means I'm like a true maniac.
Do you remember last playoffs where I said Lou Williams is more important? Is like a more important player than Jokic, and then the Facebook group went crazy.
Yeah, but you know what though? You're having fun, Mark. And you know what?
I'm not even 100% trolling though.
We're talking trades today because you've been stoking that fire, actually, and I actually think you've been stoking it with good ideas.
I'll take that.
Okay. Actually, let's just go there right now. Trade season. Who should the Raps target? So, Mark, you brought up recently, this idea for Drummond. Towns is maybe available. Who knows? And then I'll throw a couple other names out because of where they play and who they play for, and they could be traded. So we got Griffin, Love.
Griffin's got
Gallinari.
Yeah, I think
Adams
getting knee surgery.
Oh, is that official?
He's contemplating it.
I don't think it's official
okay.
because I've been tracking it minute to minute for my fantasy team. But it's real
got him?
close. Yeah.
I have him too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so
Sorry, go.
no, it's fine. But I think is there any other names that are like pretty good players who are likely on the move?
Marcus Morris. Did you say
Marcus
him?
Morris, yes,
Pretty
yes.
good player.
No, he's like the perfect guy to hit threes
Yeah.
for your team.
I
So
feel like DeMar
plays
is
for the-
always, people are always whispering about DeMar.
yeah, I guess no one knows what the Spurs are gonna do.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because Aldridge is there as well, maybe.
Yeah. And you got to think Bertans is going somewhere. You know, just all these guys on crappy teams that are.
Right. Yeah. Washington's hard for me though, because like, are they just gonna like keep Bertans for their like Wall Beal Bertans trio next year?
Yeah, a really dumb question. Are they going to keep Beal? Is there any chance they
so
move
I
him at
know
all?
that they can't. They signed him to an extension, so they can't
fuck
trade
me.
him till
Okay.
next year.
Pardon me.
So
Like
Beal got taken
Washington-
off the
see,
market.
I told you I
Chris
was going
Paul.
to be ignorant. You
Chris
doubted
Paul.
me.
Oh, yeah. Chris Paul.
Chris
And then, and then you got guys like Dion
Oh, and
Waiters.
Kevin Love. Yeah.
Who's taking Chris Paul?
No one probably.
Because of the money, I don't know.
Also, OKC's what, 7th seed now?
and
I
they're
think they-
5 games above 500.
They might actually be, 6 or
Wow.
like
Chris Paul
like
is
higher. I just checked
so
the standings
good.
and
Chris
it
Paul's
was
good.
crazy.
And
It's insane.
Shea Gildress. Here's another hot take. Maybe the best Canadian in the world is Shea Gildress Alexander.
Currently.
Yeah.
Currently. Might still be Jamal Murray. But
Oh, no. I think
No.
Shea Gilgeous for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, he's blown up. Okay. So Nile,
Yes.
when you're thinking about the Raptors, because we'll get to other NBA stuff, but yeah, like, do we just need to get healthy, or, I'm sure you guys aren't as optimistic as I am about the Raptors. So how do you get them towards contention? I think.
Can we, before we answer,
Sure.
how optimistic are you? Do you think they could make the finals?
I think they could win.
He just
the
said that.
finals.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say that?
He
I'm
said
sorry.
they
I'm sorry.
could-
But
they
the
could
big
win.
my big
love this.
my big contextual thing is that I think there's 13 or 14 teams that could win the NBA finals.
Right.
Sure.
And then I think that this year will be the year of parity. Unless we see some craziness at the deadline,
Yeah.
no team has any chance of getting a third superstar, really. And I also think that there's just nothing resembling Golden State. Like, even in that stratosphere of like a 70-win team,
Sure, yeah.
or a team that doesn't care about the regular season. Like, I don't see a team that could lose one of their superstars and win a round.
Right.
Like, I don't think the Clippers could win a round without PG or without Kawhi. And I don't think the Lakers could
Like
win
the-
a round without LeBron.
You don't think the Clippers could win like a first round matchup without PG?
No, it would be against like Houston. So if
No.
the
Oh, I guess
Clippers
if they
if the
stay,
Clippers
like-
are going up against the Nuggets without PG, they lose.
I still think the Clippers are going to end up like 2 seed.
See, the seed changes it, and the West too. Right now, it looks like the 8 seed is going to be like Eastern Conference level bad.
Yeah, bad.
So that first, whoever gets number 1 overall in the West has a very good chance of going to the finals. In my opinion,
right now, if those playoffs started today, it would be Clippers Utah. I think they could win without PG.
that's
Utah's
interesting.
A bit of a dumpster fire.
Utah's
they've been
not as
putting
good
it-
as I thought they'd be, and Conley has not been good.
Can
at
I
all.
just say,
Utah's been
I
really
should've-
good since Conley got injured.
Yeah,
Which is weird.
I like as soon as I didn't get it. I didn't get it this summer when everyone was losing their minds, and I kept my mouth shut because I'm like, I'm clearly ignorant. I'm missing something.
or
and
you're
I-
right, and I'm wrong.
And everyone's like, oh my God, they're so in contention. I'm like, Conley is out for sure. He's for sure going to get injured. And now he's injured.
You're right.
And like, as soon as they got Conley, I'm like, oh, I think we're trading Lowry to Utah. That was my first thought.
Wow.
Because I'm like, Conley's going to go down and then they're going to be desperate to try to like keep whatever it is they think they got going.
Right.
And
That is
and
not
then
at all like
our
wild
boy Masai
thinking.
is going to move in there and just Jedi mind trick.
Okay,
I think
wait,
what
wait.
they've done instead is just give more ball handling to Ingles because that was like the problem.
Right.
Is
Ingles.
in the first half of the season, Ingles
Wait, let's
was
go
on the
back to
bench and he was
Raptors trade
terrible.
ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, yes, go.
These are fun wanderings, but like, so are you still like the Raptors are 24-12? So you don't still think that the Raptors might try to be bad, do you? Like, there's no downward
look,
trade.
Here's the thing.
We're just too good,
Ever
right?
since the DeRozan thing, ever since the DeRozan trade, I realized Masai is like, he's the Kaiser Sose of basketball. He will
He is.
show these men of will.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? And so if Lowry or Ibaka is like pretty high value right now, if he can make a move, he's going to make a move. And I just don't know if, like, he's also a very... I was going to say something that would be like throwing shade at you by accident, but
No,
like
throw
he's a very
shade.
he's a very calculating and reasoning person, and
Non-Freddie
he'll-
like person?
No, but he'll look at the Raptors as they are right now and be like, do I really feel confident that they can win? Like that's what he gave DeRozan
Right.
and Lowry a few seasons, and he's like, this is not working. Casey's out. I got to move DeRozan. I'm taking my shot, and he takes a shot. So now he's got Pascal Siakam, and he's got Lowry, who's like, he's hitting the back nine now.
Oh God, yeah. No, it's like holding water for us,
And
for
so,
sure.
and like, right out of this, like in the summer, I was like, he's going to wait. He's going to wait till February. Somebody's going to be desperate. But right now, for some reason, it doesn't look like anybody's desperate. Like Utah's fine.
And
for
the Raptors to be like, let's say Kyle, Gasol, Ibaka, whatever, like, don't you think he would trade in a direction that would make us like, even if it's not better this season?
No, yeah, exactly. He'd
It
be
would
trading
be,
for
like-
next season.
And like, that can't be a pick, right? Because a pick would be like, he's not going to trade one of those guys for like, you know, maybe 8th overall.
No. He's gonna get he's gonna do that thing where he finds someone. He's like, it's like a Spurs thing where he finds someone in
Yes.
a garbage heap, and then it turns out to be like this really solid player.
See, this is where my head's at.
This is where
That's
I-
where I've been the whole
My
season.
two-
Like, I'm
my
not
two thoughts
anti-trade. I just think
Yeah, my two thoughts were, okay, this is what I think. He's either going to move, because he's not, the other thing is he doesn't move players, I don't think. Oh, yeah, he did send Jonas to Memphis. By and large, he doesn't send players to like dumpster fire teams. So that's why
Right.
I was thinking either Utah or I would even say maybe Denver. For like,
Denver does have. I mean, Denver should be active in the trade market. They have so many.
they have a
players.
lot of assets, but they also need,
They're a lot like us, though.
they might need that guy.
Yeah.
Who's going to be like, like Lowry can totally be that guy. We just talked about how psycho he is on court.
Lowry
that
and
guy
Lowry would be so much better than Jamal Murray for them. So much better. Like the only thing that Jamal Murray has is age, but like Lowry would defend better,
Right.
shoot better from outside, compliment Jokic better. He needs the ball less. He makes fewer mental errors.
Now that's a trade idea because as soon as you said it, my insides felt mushy. Because I'm definitely like Kyle is a legend and should coach the Raptors,
Right.
Type player,
Right.
Because I think legendary lore is important. And as much as I love Serge and Gasol, they're just not a part of the lore in the way that Lowry is. And I think that also he still has so much value and won't be a negative contributor that he could be a part of, like he could be a good backup, Kyle. whenever that comes. Is there any players throughout the NBA landscape who you're like, this guy would be great?
Sorry, to get us.
Yeah, for the Raptors to
go get.
Like less so who would we trade for them, but just like this guy would be good for this team. I could see him.
I'm blanking right now, but I'm sure I'll think of like 16
mine's Gallinari. Am I crazy?
Wait.
I don't know who for.
He doesn't know. He's just
to bring him in.
like,
just to bring over because I just see him playing like I know his defense is like less than great.
He looked so bad in the playoffs last year.
He did, yeah, but he had a good regular season.
He had a really good regular season, but then it was like as soon as they game planned for him, he moved like a zombie. His legs, I think his knees are frozen. He's just got like single no joint legs.
Yeah.
He looked horrible.
Single no joint.
Like it looked like he would have been able to knock down a ton of shots if they had given him space, but they were like, yeah, go get some space. Oh, you can't because your legs are just one piece and you move like you're sealed shut, like you're a cement man.
I love how you ask and answer the question, and Danilo's supposed to be there just taking it. But I do actually. So this year he's 18 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists. 39% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I mean on the Clippers team last year, who were the primary options last year?
Probably like Harris and him.
Oh yeah, Tobias. But then come playoff time, Tobias was gone.
Yeah.
So like, who were the starters on the Clippers last year? It was like Pat Bev,
Shea tore it up.
Zubac.
Oh right, yeah.
Shea was in the starting lineup, and then Shamet. So that's like. That's
lots of shooting.
Shea. It's lots of shooting, but
and
then
also Golden State was not trying till like game 4 of that series.
Right.
They were sleepwalking, and then they were like, "Shit, we have to actually try."
But I think at that point it was like Gallinari was their only truly proven offensive player, so they just keyed in on him. So who knows? Yeah, maybe if he's like a 3rd or 4th option, he get a little space for that shot.
What about a Tristan Thompson, Andre Drummond, Karl Anthony Towns?
I mean, okay, like I would trade our entire team for Towns. We are in the Raptors group. People are so down on Towns. Everyone's like, "Oh, he doesn't have that dog in him."
It's true.
Which I'm like, how does anyone judge that?
It's true
though?
that people say that,
yeah.
And I'm 100% with you in that. I don't think that it's necessarily a lie when someone says this person has an effort and this person does not. But as a fan, I don't know how to gauge what the truth is.
All people are going off of is the record, and then like what Jimmy Butler said that one time when he was at peak frustration.
And I happen to think that Jimmy Butler is terrible for your team chemistry unless he owns the team like he does in Miami.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I don't think Philly is worse off without him at all. I think they're much better off without him. Particularly like down the road because you want Ben Simmons and you want Embiid long term. They're like 25 apiece, and he's in his 30s. And I mean, yeah, he hit a couple tough buckets. He couldn't guard Kawhi. They had to put Ben Simmons on Kawhi the whole series.
Everyone is always so down on Butler, and I don't get it.
I love Butler.
Don't get it.
I love him.
See, wait, here's one of my nuanced takes,
and it's always like this weird, like it's like the. It's like that. What was it? The Shazam movie from the 90s starring
Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq or what? It's this weird like second reality. It's like, oh, he's terrible. His numbers are good, and if he's your best player, he's the guy who wants it the most on the entire court. Like that's what you want.
Oh yeah, I agree with you fully.
I think him in Miami is the best version of him.
I feel like I love what you're saying about Jimmy. I don't fully understand what you're saying about Shazam. What happens in that movie?
Yeah, let's bring back to Shazam for a sec.
Okay, wait. Who was the stand-up comic in the 90s? Big pastel jacket. It's the Mandela effect I'm trying to talk about.
Sinbad?
Thank you, Sinbad. There's this thing. There's this
I know what you're
Mandela
talking about.
where everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Sinbad was in this movie," and he's like, "I was never in this movie." Right? It's like this parallel universe.
Okay,
and that's what it feels like when we're talking about Jimmy Butler. They're always like, "Oh, and he played for Thibodeau, so his body is dead." When
is that because Shazam's about a genie and Sinbad sounds like a genie name?
It may be that.
Yeah, that's a little racist Mandela effect. Like that's one of the Mandela effects where it's like.
Well, wait, but Sinbad is a name you associate with like Arabian Nights genie stories.
It's literally, yeah. Is it? Am I wrong? What? Sinbad is a name
Sinbad
associated with.
Yeah.
He's in there.
It's not racist.
It's Genie World.
We're good.
Is it?
If we got to cancel
we're
us,
Yeah. Let's
do it now.
Start off the pod. We'll all cancel each other. We'll go from there. All
right.
No, my Jimmy thing is that I think that, like who leads your team and how is such a sensitive thing in the NBA.
Okay.
And then I think he kind of went through this period of, he demanded a trade from the Bulls. He went to Minnesota. He lit a fire. They had went to the playoffs year, and then he basically just publicly went at Towns and Wiggins. And I think not a good team chemistry way.
Right.
He had forced his way out of Minnesota. Then he went to Philly, and he's, since left Philly. So I feel like he was in a period of his career where he wasn't the easiest guy to integrate to your team.
Oh, sure, I get
but
that.
I think he's like a top 15 player.
Right, but I don't think there's a version of that. There's his version of that, and then there's Kyrie Irving's version of that, where he's just a dick, and everyone he makes everyone feel terrible. This guy makes you feel terrible, but isn't he? I mean,
Jimmy wants to win and he wants to play. I think the difference. I think those two are a great comparison of each other, and I think that the difference between Kyrie and Jimmy is that Kyrie, rode LeBron's coattails and was able to win with him and hasn't been able to win without him.
And is not able to make
And I think that's basically, as the shot over Curry gets further and further away, so does Kyrie's weight in the NBA.
I feel like Kyrie, though, he's
also a magician in his own way.
I saw him live, and I've never seen anyone play like that. It was like watching magic.
He's a gifted scorer.
Yeah. And granted, he does it. It's like he's on one side of the ball. He's not a defender at all. But I also think he's been injured so much, and that Boston team was busted for a lot of reasons. Hayward wasn't healthy yet.
Brad Stevens is overrated.
That's
you can set me up, Mark.
I know.
Come on, we could do the whole Brad Stevens thing. All his players play best with him. So I mean. Tell that to Aaron Baines, baby. Tell that to Isaiah Thomas.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? Tell that to who's lighting it up in Memphis.
But wait, are you using Isaiah
Crowder?
Thomas as an example?
He played good this year.
No, he's terrible this year. He's had a handful of okay games.
He's a bad example.
And Baines had a great first 3 weeks or first month, but he's been brutal for the last month and a half. Like brutal.
But story
he
checks
moves
out.
around like
Baines-
Gallinari in the
Baines
playoffs.
is wicked.
He's another cement man. He's the slowest creature on God's green earth.
The Stevens effect has been dismissed.
Fantastic.
Listen, I feel like the Stevens effect mostly applies to I think in my heart, I'm like, boy, he really got a lot out of Jordan Crawford. You know what I mean? Or Jared Sullinger.
He did. Jordan Crawford. God.
He got precious little out of Kyrie. And who knows why. But I do think that once Kyrie has a bit of an actual chunk of time to prove himself, he might surprise us. I feel like that's the story of the NBA all throughout. Jimmy looks good in Miami because it's the right situation.
It's all about opportunity and fit.
The
whole league.
I think the only thing I'm bumping up against is if he does it again, but Kevin Durant is there.
Yeah.
Then it's like, he's amazing every time he's got looking Kevin Durant and LeBron
Exactly.
James. You and I would be amazing with the Kevin Durant
100%.
It might be that thing where it's just like he is a perfect second best guy.
And
which is totally cool.
To be fair, I just realized now as we were talking, I'm just reading a lot of rumor shit. So it could be that it's not at all true that he's not a
and
dick,
that's what I feel too is like
he's not a monster.
You mean with all the Brooklyn stuff now?
Yeah.
Like it could be that I'm just swallowing everything the press is giving me.
I feel like that's basketball fandom throughout and sports fandom, but certainly I know about basketball. It's just like you read a rumor once and you know it's a rumor. You read it 5 times and it starts to feel less like a rumor, more like common knowledge. You read it 5,000 times through 400 sources that are all just quoting each other.
Yeah.
And you don't you forget that it's all just one thing one person said being repeated.
Yeah.
And then it starts to feel like truth.
Here's my barometer though. When you listen to a guy like Zach Lowe, or Wojnarowski, and specifically when they're in the same pod together, those guys are happy to poo-poo when a rumor has zero factual basis.
Right.
Both of those guys, Windhorse as well, when Kyrie comes up in regards to Brooklyn, are totally like, we'll talk more about that later.
Wow.
It reminds me actually a lot of when the Kawhi thing really started going. Lowe avoided it for the longest time. And then Lowe finally was kind of like, there's a situation in San Antonio with Kawhi.
Right.
We don't know it. It's hard to tell what the truth is, but something's not right.
Right.
And that hasn't fully happened with Kyrie, but there's definitely been a lot of, I mean, also the facts are bare. If they're thinking about contending, and he's been kind of like, you know, he threatened Boston with the shoulder surgery. He threatened Cleveland with the shoulder surgery. I think the guy has to have a shoulder surgery. So this is probably the season to do it, right?
Yeah.
So he might just have he might just be debating whether he's going to have a surgery or not. And that's what's actually happening.
Yeah, and you can imagine that there would be some like
Anthony
weird
Davis needs a surgery, but he just won't have it.
You think everyone needs a surgery? You're a surgeon.
Mark, you need surgery.
You're a sports surgeon.
I don't know why I made a face like, hey, you guys.
I also like
we caught you.
I like that you put A before it. You need a surgery. What's a surgery?
Hey, I'm walking into the surgery room.
Yeah, that classic surgeon stereotype of
Okay.
New Yorker on his way to the pizza parlor.
Wait, we've lost the plot so many times. I think we just want to talk about NBA. So let's. I'll just hit you with
I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like I'm not enough of a Raptors super fan.
That's fair.
I just like that league.
Hey, baby. Okay, so last Raptors question. Niall, I'm going to start with you. Rank these guys and like.
Oh man,
but this is based on who's going to maybe be in our kind of 8-man championship rotation.
Got it.
OG, Norm, Terrence Davis, Boucher, Rondé, McCaw, and I threw in Matt Thomas.
That was an easy
That's
one.
very funny. So okay, Thomas 7th, I guess.
Yeah.
the
Sorry,
only
Matt
gimme.
Thomas. Yes.
That's not a dig. I'm just saying. Geez, sorry.
When you're thinking about like who might get minutes in the playoffs type thing.
Oh, minutes in the playoffs, man. I mean, okay, I'm gonna say Powell.
Powell number one.
Yeah, OG.
How above OG? Okay.
I know.
love
Well,
I think
it's
I'm
been
with
weird
you.
lately.
I love
It's
it.
just
I
been
love
weird
it.
lately.
I think I'm with you because the threes. Because
Yeah.
Powell's kind of like I
He's
can
like,
shoot
what is he?
the three.
26% now. OG.
Oh, was he
He's
really?
really
Something
dry.
like
I
that.
don't think here.
Like it's not good. It's
Keep-
not good. Like if it wasn't
keep
for
doing the
that, I'd be
order,
like OG for sure.
I didn't know it was that low. But Powell, Powell was cranking him.
Yeah, Powell, and then I would say, I'd say, Terrence Davis.
OG's 35%.
Oh well, then what am I
Yes.
talking about?
Well, I mean, he's probably 26% in the last like 2 months.
Oh
Oh yeah, he did
Yeah.
start slumping. He got benched.
yeah,
But sorry,
that's
now.
why I brought that up. That's
Yeah.
why. Anyway, so Terrence Davis, Rondae Hollis, Jefferson, Boucher. Wait, who's next? Who's left?
The only guy you have a name is McCaw.
Oh yeah, McCaw. Sorry, I know we're all McCaw fans. I'll say Boucher and then McCaw and then Thomas.
Woo!
Sorry.
Shade on McCaw.
Sorry. I can't. I don't know why. Again, it's my irrational Kyrie Irving thing. I look at McCaw, I'm like, no,
No, McCaw doesn't do it for you.
it does not. And it's not even, again, there's no numbers to back that up. I'm just a crazy person. So
Fair
as you
enough.
go ahead.
I feel like McCaw. I'm gonna give McCaw
If you
a
put him
major
first, it'd be
bump
the
in my
best.
ranking.
Wow. Okay.
I think McCaw looks. I mean, and he's coming back from injury, so we don't know the full
Sure.
McCaw yet. I'm
Full
coining
McCaw, by
that.
the way, is a
You can
great
find that on my
phrase.
Etsy shop.
The real
Look for
McCoy we
McCaw.
know. The real McCaw. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I love all these guys. Matt Thomas is an easy drop. He's our number 7.
Cheers.
I'm also gonna put Powell at number 1. You've convinced me.
Okay.
We'll put OG at number 2, of course. Then it's dicey.
Then you got TD, Boucher, Rondé, and McCaw.
So I'm gonna do TD dirty. I'm dropping him to number 6. I'm putting Rondé number 3, McCaw number 4,
And then,
Big Boosh number 5. But I don't feel great about this.
oh yeah. It's all really blurry. Like,
These are the
not-
tough questions we need
But
to
this is fit.
ask.
This is like if we've got Serge and we've got Gasol, there's not
That's
a ton
right.
of minutes for Boucher.
And Fred. You know, Fred.
And Fred.
I base this on who's not our starting 5. 'Cause
Yeah.
To me, the starting 5 is Kyle, Fred, Pascal, Serge, and Gasol. Like even if
Yeah.
that's not the 5 that starts, those are the 5 that their minutes aren't going to be messed with.
And then you need
Period.
minutes for Powell. Did you say Powell? No.
no.
You need minutes for Powell. You need minutes for OG.
That's right.
I think you need minutes for Rondé because he's just like nonstop and he can play 3, 4, maybe a weird 5. You don't need him for that, but you can play 3, 4.
Yeah. I don't want. We have 5, so I don't want a weird.
Yeah,
5.
why am I trying to squeeze him into the 5?
Yeah, we're
he can
not
play
the
1. He
Bobcats.
can play 2. He can coach.
That would be the
Hornets.
best moment of my life. If they played him 5, I'd be like, I have to. I'm going to be so locked.
Are you ready for my rankings?
Wait,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think, but I like McCaw. McCaw has poise. Terrence Davis can do a lot of cool things, but he looks green. And Boucher is obviously they're both extremely green. McCaw, when he gets out there, like especially right now when you watch him with this weird ragtag group of Raptors, McCaw makes you like settle down. It makes me breathe easier. It's like he knows where to be. He knows what to do. He's not going to like suddenly turn the ball over in the weirdest way possible.
So
that's
anyway.
Fair.
I think we're all pretty similar.
Oh, I thought you were going to do another hot take thing. Another like crazy.
Boucher won.
Thomas
Boucher
two.
I actually
won.
do have Boucher as 3.
Wow.
So that's my hot take.
He's amazing.
That is a hot take.
I have, you know what? Like I've actually talked myself out of it. OG's still my number 1 because I think about this question of like who's worth putting in the time to develop like for this playoff run and then for subsequent playoff runs.
It is also dog days, right? January is just a dog shit period. So you can't take anything that happens in January seriously.
OG Powell. And then here's okay, so I think Rondé is better than Boucher and adds more value. But we have Boucher for 3 years and Rondé, he's on a Bismack style contract. Like we already can't afford him because we can't offer him the amount of money he will get offered next year.
That's very
so like he's already played himself into a contract that is like.
Hold on, you didn't say take in full contract context. You just said rank these.
You know what?
Yeah, you introduced a lot of quirks when it was your turn.
I really did, eh? Okay, so you know what? Let me. I'll reset. It's still
You can do both. You can do both.
It's
You do
still
your
the top.
full-
Those top 3,
All right.
because I think that the fact that Boucher can shoot is valuable, more valuable than Rondé crashing the boards. Because if Serge is healthy, I think we need Rondé a whole lot less.
No, but Rondé is the 4 to Serge. You're talking about if Serge and Mark are playing together.
Which like if we're 8-man rotationing in the playoffs,
Right.
and then Rondé 4, and then I actually think I'm TD over
McCaw? Okay.
I think McCaw, I don't know, TD just has this weird factor where I'm like, are you going to take over the game? Whereas McCaw,
That's
like,
part of what I don't trust, but then it's also what's awesome. High risk, high reward.
McCaw is like, hey, just so you know, I can sprint faster than anyone on the court, which is like, okay, that's huge. We need that. And he can play pretty ferocious D and I guess can hit the 3. So, yeah. And then Matt Thomas, I guess I kind of did him dirty. I didn't mean to do that to you, Matt Thomas. I like you.
We just don't know enough about him.
Yeah. Like he's been injured for like
Yeah.
a billion years.
I saw him play one game in summer league or preseason, but it must have been summer league because it was mostly like G leaguers, and he looked great in that. Like he had like a good first step. He
passes
could dribble
the ball
really well
too. Like he doesn't have that Danny Green thing where like he pump fakes and then he's just like trapped.
Yeah, he's not just a shooter, but then I don't know if those skills are good enough to translate to NBA level, because I feel like I've seen him play a couple games with the Raptors where he just looked like terrified.
Okay, last Raptors question. How awful is it that I didn't even mention Stanley Johnson?
Right.
He's on our team for 2 years for this. He's on 3.5 with a player option. So he's picking it up next year.
Shit.
So
Get
he's
him
like
to
a part
trade
of the
with Rondé.
team.
That's bad.
I know. Like, the Rondé Stanley signings should be totally reversed.
Yeah.
And they're not.
In the summer, I thought Stanley was the higher, because I think we're all so duped by those 80 points he scored in that one like pickup basketball game. Remember that?
We're duped by how chiseled he looks.
He looks amazing.
He's full Joey Graham.
Yeah.
For any old Raptors
my
fan,
God.
he's full, like you look at him and you're like, holy shit, dude. You're the buffest person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then on the court, you're just kind of like, why do you always choose the wrong thing to do?
I think I've only seen him play a minute of basketball this season.
I don't think I've seen him.
How much has he played? Any?
Sure.
I can tell you that in a second. Minutes played.
It's got to be like 2
Where is he here?
at most. I'm guessing 2 per game on average. I'm gonna guess 1.5. 1.5 per
Total
game.
or-
He has played 41 minutes.
Total.
This
How many
is
games
total.
have we played?
We have played 36.
1.5 was a good guess. 1.5 minutes a game was generous. I was generous.
Can you name the only 2 players on the team that have played less minutes than Stanley Johnson?
Holy.
Oh shit, probably not. Brissett?
Nope.
No, he's
Brissett's
played
more.
more.
It's Shamori Pons, our other 2-way contract.
Don't know who that is.
You shouldn't.
same.
He plays for the 905.
Malcolm Miller?
Duan Hernandez, who basically had one shift and then like sprained his heel.
Duan Hernandez.
Yeah, he's we drafted him.
It's Dewan.
Duan.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Duan.
Oh, Matt felt good for you. See, for anyone at
Keep
home,
calling him Dewan. I have to
Matt had a
correct you.
big old smile correcting me there.
Call him
But
Dewan.
honestly,
I knew it, and you did.
That's on me.
You know
Dewan?
what? I was
So
at the
sorry.
Charlotte game too, and I was
Dewan,
like,
Dewey
they threw him out
decimal
there, and I was
system.
like, get a point. I want them to hear him say his name, and they did. They said Dewan Hernandez.
Oh, what? Then you just like,
had 2
like
points
died
that
happy
game.
or what?
You really shifted my Matt, you turned that into a name that I've heard before. It was like Freddie said a name where I was like, I've never heard that name. And then just with the
Dewan.
smallest tweak, you
Listen.
made it a name I've heard many times.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I stutter. I slur. I don't make sense sometimes. Okay, we've been like drifting the NBA podcasts or like topics anyways. You want to just talk some NBA?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay, Maddie, give me that NBA sting. Just a nice classic sting.
It is. That's lovely.
There's no
can
Boogie
see
Cousins in
that's
a
a-
hallway. Nothing.
No, none of that.
I want that to be my cell phone ring.
Yeah. We're going back to ringtones just for that. Come on. Let's do it.
Okay, Niall, I
Yes.
can give you a breakdown of who's not in these who's not in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
But yeah, who do you think is going to make the 8th seed in the West?
Oh yeah, we talk.
Because it looks like 7 or 6 up is starting to settle.
I'm gonna go crazy, even though I think they're ablaze right now. Oh, I accidentally did a pun, guys. I was gonna say Portland.
I like that pick a lot
Because
they seem like they've struggled too much.
yeah, I mean, but not as much as you would expect for for everything that's going on. And when is Nurkic coming back? Am I pronouncing that right?
Nurkic. Yeah.
Nurkic. When's
I
he coming
don't
back?
know.
Like February, I think. He's coming back February. Pretty
soon.
That's a lot of time. And they're 14 and a half back. So like they're right at the 8th or 9th spot or something like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think that's a good pick. Portland's got to make it. And
They seem a bit too good to not make it.
Why?
So right now it's OKC 7, 5 games above 500, and then it's currently the Spurs in 8th, and I'm pretty sure they're a couple games below 500. But let me just double check.
Spurs, yeah.
Have you
So
guys seen a Spurs game this year?
They're 14 and 20.
I've watched some Spurs
to
games.
watch.
You can make 8th seed in the West being 6 games under 500 this year.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Sick.
So that's my pick.
Sick. No worries.
Time for me to make a team.
Blazers. Yeah,
Blazers.
Here's my question.
They're already within reach.
Why are the Blazers bad this year? Is this just their bench? Their bench is so bad?
I think they gutted a lot of those role players
was
like
that-
Mba Mute.
That was the weirdest,
Harkless, yeah.
that was the
Harkless.
weirdest just fire sale they had where they let so many, like I saw the list of everyone they let go and I was like, why? I mean, I get it, right?
I think they're
but
one of
that's
those
a
teams
lot
like-
of people to let go.
They're kind of like Oklahoma City, where their owner cares about being in the luxury tax and actually spent a lot of effort getting out of the luxury tax.
right.
So they're one of those teams that it's kind of like you see why that matters. You know,
Yeah.
like
I feel
if
like
I'm Giannis and you let Brogdon go, I'll never forgive you. You know what I mean? If I'm the Bucks,
Yeah.
it's one of the biggest mistakes
they-
they ever made.
That is
if they go out of the playoffs again in
He's
the
gonna
second
think
round
about
this year-
that. If
Yeah,
George
yeah.
Hill misses some key shots,
There's
and
no
they
way-
lose to Philly,
Oh my God.
And it's not
George
even about-
Hill.
it's not
Imagine
even-
relying on George
well,
Hill
you should rely on him as your backup point guard.
as your third string. Bring
Sure.
him in. Terrence Davis.
So wait, are you both Blazers?
I can't even think
Give us a
what
hot
the other
take. Give us a
options
hot
are.
take.
I do think Spurs are making it.
Mini?
So within
Minnesota?
reach?
Definitely not mini.
So within reach, the Grizzlies,
No.
surprise.
Mini,
No.
the Suns,
No.
and then you're starting to get out of reach is the Kings and the Pelicans.
I was going to bring that up. I haven't been watching the Kings at all, but I thought they were going to have a good year this year, and they are clearly not. Does anyone know what's going to happen?
well, Fox is really
Fox
not
got
efficient.
injured.
They overpaid Barnes.
That Barnes deal
Bagley's
was
been injured.
So
the
weird.
Barnes, I
Oh yeah,
forgot about
Bagley's been injured the
Barnes.
whole year, and he's pretty good.
Bagley's
Okay.
great.
Like he
yeah.
can play, but he's been injured. I have him on my fantasy team. He's played like 4
See,
games.
this is what
And then
happens
the
when you don't play
sneak-
fantasy. You don't know what's happening.
The sneaky maybe their coaching downgrade was significant. Maybe
Malone is awesome.
Malone is great. Or was
No, it was a guy
was
from
it?
Memphis, German
Jaeger?
sounding-
Vogel?
Jaeger.
Jaeger, that was who it was. Jaeger was great. Malone's the last guy they fired when they should.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
During
yes.
the meningitis scare.
Yeah.
Jaeger was a good coach for them, clearly, and Luke Walton has never proven to be anything but a bad coach.
Yeah. He
Except
went on a
for-
big win streak with the Warriors.
With
Somehow he
the best
managed
team.
to pull that off.
Yeah.
Somehow he managed
In
to coach
history.
the Warriors.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know anything about coaching except that I know that they started out trying this season playing fast, as you would think the Kings would do, and as you would think Luke Walton would want. They lost everything. Then they slowed it down when Fox went out, and they put Bogdan Bogdanovic at the point, and he was playing great, and they started winning. And now Fox is back, and he's trying to play slow, and it's weird. But I don't know. I don't know why teams lose. Why do good teams
I was sincerely
chemistry
curious.
is chemistry is a curious thing. So I kind of think that like the Blazers would be my number one pick. I think the Spurs will just make it and the team I thought was going to make it, but now I'm like, I guess that I should just always assume that they're bad is the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Towns fan. I think Towns is offensively top 7 in the NBA. I think he's that good on offense.
I think they just needed Jimmy Butler.
Maybe. Oh, no.
Playoffs, a little motor.
Niles, Jimmy Butler. This is good. We all have our
Bring him
things.
back.
Wait. So
Matt correcting me.
The Wolves role
names.
players are consistently trash.
Yeah, I think
Their
like
role players are so bad.
That is a fair.
it's the same answer to the Portland question. If you got your role players,
Yeah.
and you're like a fringe team, it matters.
Imagine
you know?
Towns and Lillard together. Let's make that happen. That's
Yeah.
a good matchup.
Could happen.
So just to tag out, because you said San Antonio's going to make it.
I did.
And then you have Portland making it. That means someone's out, right?
I think
In the current
OKC is going to
standings?
fall out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't-
So
You guys,
in my,
are picking OKC?
in my mind, they're not going to, treat this as fool's gold, and they're going to trade as soon as they can. Trade Paul or Gallo or Adams. I think they will.
Where do you think they can send Paul, though?
Paul-
Nowhere. So honestly, maybe they don't, and maybe they just
Yeah, I
make the
don't think anyone
playoffs
wants him.
and keep their picks.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I already know the answer to this question.
Okay.
I think I'll open it up to both of you, and I'll just field the attacks.
Is it about Lou Williams?
Well,
Because I think
no,
you
not.
I'll cede my time.
Everything's about Lou Williams and Brad Stevens at the end of the day.
Yeah.
but
Who's
but,
going to win Sixth Man of the Year?
Yeah, Brad Stevens.
That's
right?
Lou.
No, my question was: have the Lakers and the Bucks separated themselves from the pack, or do they just have good records? And I feel like based on both of your love for the Clippers,
Good records. Yeah.
certainly not, right? Just good records.
Oh my God, I can't see the Lakers beating the Clippers in a 7-game series at all, and I can't see the Bucks beating the Sixers in a similar series.
Wait,
Sorry.
let's go to the first one there. So, they've both made it to let's say minimum semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either of them will be. They could finish 4 and 5 if the Lakers have some health issues.
Yeah.
And I don't expect her. Let me just say this: do either of you expect the Lakers to finish first in the West?
Not at all.
Record wise, right? Something's gonna happen, right?
I picked Denver, and I'm standing by that pick.
I pick Houston, and I'm also standing by that.
Wow.
But then wait, so Mark, everybody's healthy, Clippers and Lakers in a 7-game series. Lakers have home court advantage every single game. LeBron against Kawhi. AD as the second best player against PG, who's their second best player. For you, it's just the Clippers have more of a team?
Yeah,
And that's enough to beat LeBron?
Well, I think Kawhi's the best player in the world,
Right.
and I think that the depth is just
It's just too much.
insurmountable.
Yeah.
Like,
So
and
you're
they've
not
got
you're not a Caruso fan. You don't like Danny Green, Kuzma.
I mean, I like
The
Danny Green.
Bulls.
Dwight,
Kuzma's
JaVale.
bad.
I also think Kuzma's bad.
Caruso's-
I don't think Danny
Caruso's
Green is
very
bad. I think Danny Green's amazing.
Danny Green's great in a very small role, but the Lakers are asking all of their role players to do a bit more than they're comfortable with. And
kind of
totally
like
because
us.
they don't have enough. They don't have enough good players.
I agree.
They've just got a very bad roster. I think Rondo's going to be huge for them in the playoffs, because he's one of the only guys who can do shit.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, for many reasons, but also he gets under my skin because he does make an impact in the playoffs.
He's very good.
He does.
Remember when the Bulls took 2 from the Celtics
100%.
when it was still the KG?
That was my
Celtics?
prime hating Brad Stevens days.
Yeah, and then Rondo got injured. Was that the KG Celtics or when was that? No, Different Celtics.
No, they
Yeah, I
they
think
just
that's
made the big
post.
trade.
Yeah.
For
They got rid of Doc Rivers. That was
just-
Brad Stevens
no,
coming
wait,
in.
but what the
all
series
that.
I'm thinking of is like that year that the Bulls were like they had the three alphas. You remember this? It was Rondo, Dwayne Wade, and Jimmy Butler, and they were terrible. But then they got to the playoffs and they were playing some amazing team, and they won the first 2 games, and then Rondo got injured and they lost the next 4. I think I'm remembering that.
No,
right.
no, you're right.
And Rondo looked amazing in that.
I forget what team that was, but and then so Bucks Sixers. What is it you think that just like Embiid's healthy and
the Sixers are so stacked.
because a lot of people disagree with you. A lot of people think the Sixers are like one of the most overrated teams. I do not. I think they're very
They
good.
got weird construction. They don't have enough 3-point shooters, but like when their team looks like, I don't know, that team is so good. Embiid is so good. It's
Right.
crazy. And Simmons is so good in transition. I just feel
No,
like,
I will say I'm sensing
defensively, they're
some. I
amazing.
don't want to say hate, but where are you at with Giannis?
I think Giannis and Ben Simmons are closer than people
Nice.
say.
Really?
Ooh la la.
Because people would say that's like most people don't think Ben Simmons is like a top 15 guy.
That's because of situation. If you put Giannis on the Sixers, he would struggle with Embiid. If you put Ben Simmons on the Bucks with four 3-point shooters at all times when he's on the court, he would look great. It's like
I do think Ben Simmons needs that like a better fit.
he needs more
And
space.
that's preventing. That's like people saying Ben Simmons is crap. I think is a bit silly, but I do think that I don't have Ben Simmons in my category of like the 7 best players.
if he
in the league.
his shooting, the shooting is what separates.
Like
us.
I think Jimmy Butler is better than Ben Simmons right now.
I would rather
Jimmy's
have-
not in my top 10.
I would. Here's where I'm going to overstep things, and I say I would rather have a team built around Jimmy than Giannis.
Okie doke. Okay, no, now that's actually good to just move on to Nile. So fantastic. I'll just let everybody laugh.
I am a Giannis hater though, but I just think his one flaw is easy.
I didn't want to call you a
too
hater.
easy to stop.
You've said it.
I think he's not his shooting is an issue.
Mark, all I can say to you is one time in my basketball fandom, I argued until I was blue in the face that Deron Williams is better than Chris Paul. So I'm just saying, have a look inside and see how you feel.
Honestly,
sleep on it.
I know.
Okay, so Niall,
Amazing. Yes.
yeah. So you're not like thinking the Lakers and Bucks are like the class of the league. Are you like? Do you think it's the Clippers or do you think it's the Clippers and other teams?
Yeah, I think it's the Clippers. So I mean, in the West, I find it very hard to believe, and I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I find it hard. It's great that LeBron's like, I'm not doing load management. I just think that's a really fucking bad idea, and I just don't see how
I think
both
load
of those
management
guys
is important to do.
both of those guys, are they making it to April uninjured? He's got more miles. He's got more minutes than Karl Malone. Like, that's insane. And I get it. He's not doing like a big sort of like crazy, he's not pushing himself very hard, but it's still basketball. It's still professional basketball.
And Father Time's still undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, and to your point, he doesn't have a lot to work with. So he's got to do more when AD isn't on the court. And AD needs a surgery, as you also pointed out. Like, I don't, this is great. And it's fun to see them win, but I don't see them making it to the playoffs without an injury. And
So-
like a possible, this is done for the year injury. And now one of them's got to carry, and that's not going to happen.
So
Not with
yeah.
those cans of paint.
That's what I like
So
to hear.
Lakers wear and tear, I think we all agree, is a bit inevitable.
It's insane.
But
It's
so-
insane.
yeah. What
And
about
you
the
can't
Bucks?
coach LeBron, so you can't. Sorry. And then the Bucks.
So the Bucks are going to have like a breeze of a first round,
Yeah.
which none of these other teams will have, probably,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So the Bucks they might get to play like the Pistons,
No,
or not the Pistons, but the Bulls or something.
maybe who is it right now? The Magic?
I don't even know.
the
It's the
Nets?
Magic. It's the Magic.
Is it the Magic?
Like
The Magic or yeah,
yeah.
they're not. Good, but-
So yeah, are
Yeah,
you
it's
kind
the
of
Magic.
like? Do you think the Bucks are you like?
So now, sorry.
Where are you at with Giannis?
Here's
I should
the
ask.
thing. Yeah, all this being said, we still got a trade deadline coming up, so we don't know.
Yes.
I mean, the Lakers got nothing left to move.
Yeah.
Like maybe Kuzma.
yeah.
They're
What are they
looking
getting
at
for
like
Kuzma?
Iguodala or Crowder or
Someone,
something.
Probably Marcus Morris too. They probably want him. I don't know who they
Marcus Morris is going to be a
someone-
hot item this trade
He
deadline.
is, yeah.
He's great. He's really good.
playing well.
I was listening to, I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. Someone ran some sort of scenario where they got Bogdanovich from the Kings. I can't remember how
Oh
they
yeah,
did it.
that was weird.
And I'm like, well, that wouldn't be too bad. But I don't think that puts him over. Like, I don't think there are moves.
I think Bogdanovich is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think Kuzma is so overrated. I can't imagine the
Yeah.
Kings making that trade.
That's a good point. Like,
Unless they really don't
Lakers and
want
Celtics
Bogdanovich.
role players for me as a rule are overrated because their media markets are massive.
That's 100%.
so
true.
they very much just they're like,
that's
oh,
a very
but-
good assessment.
They're very much just like kind of like, oh yeah, our guys are
Yeah.
the guys. It's
So-
like cool.
And-
If you had McCaw,
Yeah.
you'd say he's the best defender in the NBA, or best on-ball defender or whatever.
Outstanding.
So wait, yeah. As far as the Bucks, do you think?
The Bucks, I think,
Yeah.
and again, this is why I brought up the trade thing. Like the Bucks can make a move. The Bucks
Right.
might be able to make a move between now and the trade deadline where all of a sudden this would totally change. But if you're like, no, we're good with this, I don't see how you solved any problems. Like I don't hate Middleton. I think Eric Bledsoe. How many years has he been there? How many years has he had to prove that
He's been there for like 3 years.
He's not.
He was very good last year, and then he ran into Kyle Lowry, who just like totally outplayed him.
But isn't
in
that
series.
always he had that?
He's actually
remember when he
outplayed
played
Kyle a bunch.
Right,
But
but like-
that series was like no good for him.
But before that, it was Boston, right? Like
They beat the crap out of Boston.
Yeah.
They
No, wait.
Last year they beat Boston in 5.
shit.
So Boston had that big win.
What am I thinking of? I'm
and
sorry.
then they just swept them.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
Like the Bucks basically were they hadn't lost, what was it, 3 games in a row or something like that until they played us
I don't
in
know
the conference finals.
I don't know why, but I have like this impression. And again, maybe it's just one of those things where I saw him
He doesn't
eat
show
shit
up.
for 2 games, and then I stopped watching the series and decided that that's who he was. But I just feel like he disappears a lot, and it's not like if Giannis, if they double team Giannis or they stop Giannis and then it's Bledsoe, I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not worried
Right.
if it's like, oh, then Bledsoe has to take the lost shot. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can live with that.
Yeah, Bledsoe doesn't scare you.
Yeah, exactly. And neither does Middleton. Middleton's solid. So yeah, all this to say, if they keep what they have, I don't
It's like they have
necessarily think-
2 number 2s that are actually number 3s.
Yeah. And that being said, it could all just be part of the learning process, right? Like every
Right.
team that wins has to get their teeth kicked in like two years in the playoffs before they come back and they're like, okay, now we figured it out. That's what happened to the Raptors. That's what happened. Oh my God.
Violence.
Violence.
Amazing.
I lied when I said my mic stand was fine.
You got mic techniques.
Okay, we are back. A mic fell down. We all generally agree.
No fatalities.
That, the Lakers, we'll see how they do health-wise. And the Bucks,
We don't believe yet.
I think I'm probably higher on the Bucks than you guys, but I do think that, I go back to my the healthiest team wins the NBA Finals is kind of where I'm at.
Right.
But let's do some quickish questions.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, Matt, give me that sting.
Quickish questions.
Okay, Niall, I don't know if you remember. Mark, I'm sure you do remember. Basically, I'm going to read through these questions as fast as I can.
Oh my God.
As clearly as I can. Your
right.
job is to just confidently answer.
Got it.
There's no phoning a friend, no delaying.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean? Let's just go for it. Ready, Matt?
Yep.
I'm so
I'm going to
embarrassed.
start with Mark.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm not starting with Mark. I'm starting with Niall. Because the question is from Mark. Is Lou Williams a top 10 player or merely top 20?
Top 10.
Oh, that's a question from me.
Yeah, I hate you for that.
You're welcome.
Top 10.
You're welcome, Freddie.
Top 10 all time.
Oh yeah.
All time.
Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
All right. This one's coming from Thomas, and it's for you, Matt. Should the Raptors make a move for Drummond? The answer is no.
No, the answer is yes.
Oh, I like these leaning questions. Mark, it's coming from Thomas. What does Brissett say to Stanley Johnson in the locker room? What does O'Shea Brissett say to Stanley Johnson in the locker room?
Hey, I'm O'Shea. I don't know if we've met yet.
Okay, I was glad you answered it like as open-ended as that was.
I would have gone with, do you work here?
Yeah. That would have been a better biting answer.
Niall,
Yes.
who is still on the roster in 2021, 2022? 2 years.
Like, whoa. Everybody?
The Raptor roster. Who do you think is still on?
Pascal? That's too much pressure, man. I can't.
Okay, Pascal. The answer is Pascal.
Just Pascal.
Okay, Matt, it's come from Thomas.
Okay.
On a scale of 1
Hi,
to
Thomas.
10, how scared are you of Spoelstra? Eric Spoelstra, head coach of Miami Heat.
Out of 10,
Out of 10.
I'd say in the playoffs, I'd put him at a good 7.5.
Wow, okay.
That's a hard out.
I'm scared of the Heat, man. I am scared of
Scared.
the Heat.
They are so terrifying.
Mark, this is coming from Jason.
Yeah.
Specifically for Mark Little. If you were a ref in today's NBA, would you say Lou Williams is a top 10 player or merely top 20?
I would say he's top 10, and I would ref him accordingly.
What sucks is I pre-read these, so I know what's coming.
I would give him all the calls. And he deserves the calls. Smooth, silky. I'd
Okay.
blow my whistle and say, I'd look around the arena, blow my whistle and say, let's get a third girlfriend into this equation. I'd scan the room. I'd be a pig for Lou.
You're working for Lou.
I'm a pig for Lou.
Okay, Niall.
It's a great t-shirt. Yes.
This is from Thomas.
Yeah.
Lou said he's your favorite player's favorite player. Who else would make that list? Who do all the players love?
Oh, like Lou Williams is the favorite players?
Yeah.
Oh, I am totally blanking on Kemba Walker.
Yes, that's a great answer.
Seems like a player's player.
Okay, Matt, coming from Thomas.
Thomas again.
Did you expect Kyrie to have issues earlier than this? And how much longer until he destroys everything Brooklyn holds dear?
I'd say he's right on time for his issues, and I would wait till Durant comes back, and then he's gonna burn that mother down.
Oh, I like that. Nice. Okay. Mark has come from Anthony.
Okay.
Who has taken the biggest step into superstardom this season? And why is Otto Porter Jr. the worst player in the NBA? He's got his own thing.
Damn, I'm trying to think who's. I feel like I don't have enough of the players.
Luka.
Oh, yeah, Luka. That's a great answer. Yeah, Luka's taken the biggest step towards superstardom. And Otto Porter, I don't know. Maybe he was hurt off the top of the season. And also maybe just the Bulls coach is really bad and doesn't know how to maximize the talents of someone as good as...
You don't like Jim Boeheim? Niall, it's coming from Daniel.
Yeah.
Surge is a cooking show. Which other Raptor should also have a show, and what would it be about?
Sorry. I was trying to figure out a way to make this into how Lou Williams is the greatest player. But I can't. So let's give a show to Kyle Lowry, where he just teaches people how to berate.
You just take
Just a
charges.
psychological-
Takes a charge from a bus. Okay, Matt. It's come from Jonathan. Over the past decade, we have seen some significant changes in the way the game is played. When will we see the mesh in nets get replaced with a return to the original peach basket configuration? Also, what is the sound that would replace a swish when Steph Curry nails a three? No backboard. Nothing but poplar. It's, I guess, a basket reference.
Nothing but poplar.
If it's nothing but poplar is pretty good. I like that. But so it's a basket net?
Yeah.
Like the old
Yes.
James
So when will we
Naismith days?
return to that is the question.
When will we return to that? I wanted to have started an all-star game and then bleed into the preseason.
That's
and,
good.
You know,
Yeah.
make your way up.
That is
Okay.
great. Can I
Introduce it in the G League. Test it out.
can I change my answer and say that Pascal and Fred VanVleet should have like a sitcom based on their peanut butter commercials?
Okay, I'm into that.
They're just roommates.
Yeah,
and all
peanut
that's all
butter
they
and
do.
and jam at the Scarborough Bluffs.
Nice.
Something like that.
Nice.
I clearly shouldn't be in an ad room. Mark, it's coming from Jonathan.
Okay.
I saved this question from a month ago after seeing Rondé's shooting form when he launches a three. Who would you put in the Raptors' all-time ugly shooting form?
Yeah,
He said a top three, but
I
Whoever you
read this
can think.
question online already, and someone else said this, but I'm going to second it. Sean Marion. It's got to
Yeah.
be up there.
Yeah.
It's a
He has
very ugly form.
A weird ass shot.
Yeah, I can't even picture. I feel like it's like one of those claw toys that reaches, those claws that grab a
Yeah.
toy for you in like a restaurant. It's like a big glass dome, and you try to control the claw. Anyway, it's like that. It's like a claw.
Totally. Yeah, I like the elaborate
I-
claw. Everyone knew what you were talking about, but we still went for the ride.
I didn't need to say all this stuff about a toy. I just should have said it's like a claw.
You needed to
Like a
me
claw.
for me. I wasn't following.
It's like an autonomous claw.
Okay, now
That's why his nickname
Yes.
was the autonomous claw.
That was a great.
It was a good nickname.
it's come from Jess.
Yes.
I love on 95 Rewind nights, they stick hard with the theme, i.e. halftime shows with Maestro and Chaclair.
Yeah.
Monica and Deol
Yeah.
and the DJ booth. I think if you're going to do it, go all the way.
Yes.
I'd recreate a speaker's corner booth somewhere in the arena where you
Definitely.
can put in $2 and say your little Raptors piece.
Great.
They added some clips together and played on the Jumbotron during timeouts etc. And all the money goes to charity. That being said, what would you do to enhance the true Raptors 95 Rewind experience?
Oh my goodness. More pastels, man. Just bring back a lot of pastels.
More pastels.
Remember the
I like
pastels
that a
from
lot.
The 90s, guys. Very pretty.
Okay, 4 more here. Matt.
Whoa.
It's coming from Miguel. John Morant. John Morant check-in. Player comparison. Ceiling. ETC. Do you know who John Morant is?
No.
Oh,
Niall, I'll throw that to you.
player comparison.
Yes.
Shit.
Who's a good player comp for Ja?
Fuck, I don't. Like I'm thinking De'Aaron Fox. No, sorry.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah,
Who's a
that's
good
a
player
dumb-
comp
that's a
for Ja? Mark.
Fuck. Well, Ja plays like a maniac, and he dunks so hard.
I'm gonna
he's
go
so fast.
Russ.
Russ.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna go Russ.
Russ with a
Sexy.
shot. Russ with a shot.
Nice.
Okay.
That's terrifying. If that's true,
Ja Morant is amazing.
he's great.
Okay. Since you didn't get that question, Matt, here's another one from Miguel. What is your favorite call for the refs to act out?
Favorite call that they act
Yeah.
out when they
Like
Like they're- yeah.
when they do the traveling,
Yeah.
they do the little salsa dance. You know what I mean? Like when they. What's the most dramatic place?
what would goaltending? Do they do something crazy for that? Do they like smash their head or something like that? What do they do?
I do think. Oh no, wait. What's this one where they bop themselves on the top of the
Yeah,
head?
I think
Yeah.
I think that's
seconds.
goaltending.
That's shot clock.
I thought that was
Oh,
24
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Is that shot clock?
I like Carrie when they do the hand.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like, look at me, Carrie.
I like the angry, aggressive block call. It seems
Oh, yeah.
obscene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
that's good.
Booyah.
Mark, you had
They
something.
should throw in a booyah.
You know what? I think Niles is better, but I love a charge where they're like,
Yes.
they start like gearing themselves
And
up,
they
like,
run the
who's
other way.
Call on, boom, and then they punch in the direction.
And I like that they run the other way. It's
Yeah.
like, follow me, boys.
It's the closest basketball refs get to like baseball umpires,
Yes.
where they just put too much mustard into a call.
Yes.
Here we go. Almost there. Mark, it's coming from Patrick. Would you like Kevin Love on the Raptors? Question mark.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think Kevin Love would be good on any team, but I don't know who we'd give.
That's
up
the thing.
for.
It depends on what we have to give up,
Fair.
right?
But I think as a 4, he'd be amazing.
he'd
we
score-
give up a lot for
He'd score like a maniac.
give up a lot on defense. I don't. Yeah. But he's a great player.
Niall,
Yes.
it's come from Jacob. What would you personally be willing to cook for Chris Boucher to help him get those gains?
Oh my God. Just like, I don't know. Burgers. Creatine burgers. Is he like a vegetarian? Just do shakes. Just do protein shakes, man, all day.
Yeah.
There's no point in the day when he should not be having a protein shake.
I'll slice off a piece of mine own ass. Grill it up. What does it take? I'll give Boucher what he needs.
That's
what
messed
he'd be
up,
into for
and I
sure.
like it.
Boucher's older than I thought, right? He's like 27.
Boucher is 47.
Boucher's 80 years old.
Yeah. No. Boucher is 26, turning 27. Okay, this is the last question. I'll throw it to Matt, but it's for everyone.
Oh dear.
In a pickup game containing NBA players without referees, would Lou Williams be unplayable or merely terrible? Thank you, Matt.
Lou Williams is the last true baller, and he would light that game up.
I heard Lou Williams
great.
beg to be in Space Jam 2, but people were like, you can't even hit a shot on film.
Oh. That was great.
Lou Williams
I don't even hate-
fading to the
I love
left from
this.
17
I
feet
love this
over
so
a
much.
Monstar. Oh my God.
Yeah. But like before he releases it, like the buzzer goes off,
Oh my
like
God.
shock log violation.
This is the problem. Every I'm saying I know that I love Lou Williams too much, but every Raptors
We
fan
hate him.
hates him too much.
He's in Turkaloo territory
He
for
was-
me.
Whoa.
But it was Dwayne Casey's. Oh, it was
losing
Dwayne
Mikey here.
Casey's fault.
No, nothing's Dwayne Casey's fault. Okay, that's the pod. This was a
Sorry, Matt. I just took your answer. Matt's allowed to answer the Lou
No,
question.
that's totally
yeah,
fine.
Matt.
That was for you. Come on.
Well, you're setting me up.
I am.
To say that he's bad.
Yeah, he is right.
Fight it,
I don't think he's bad.
No, he's not bad. He's not bad.
Matt.
Okay, guys, this was a rousing, fun pod. Stuff happened that Mike fell on top
we got
of Mark.
first Mike fall of the year.
The mic fell as soon as I
Goddamn
started
tables.
shit talking Giannis.
Right? One time it fell on Alex Wood and he held it the whole pod. And we didn't press pause.
Oh,
See?
stupid
Those are the
table.
dark days of the
That's
pod.
real podcast.
So Niall, where can people what we're gonna tag you and everything, but where can people like watch you perform, or what are you working on that you want people to see? What's going on?
Mostly just doing stand up. Like you can find me on Twitter at Nile Séguin. Let's just do that. Nice and simple.
Sweet. Come check you out live.
Yeah.
The Rivoli,
got some
perhaps.
shows at Comedy Bar, I think. I'm doing like Canada's Finest on the 1st of February. Why am I asking that like you would know? Is that when I'm doing it, Freddie?
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, that's when
If
I'm
you're
be
confident.
there. Guys, it's going to be great.
Mark, what's up?
What up,
Everybody check out Gary and the Demons.
Gary and his demons?
Gary and his Demons.
Gary and
So
the Demons,
sorry.
totally
That
different.
makes me look bad.
Great band.
You're Don Cherry part of the podcast.
It's a cartoon. You can find it on CBC Gem, or just Google it and find it if it's in a region
Yeah.
near you.
Cool.
Gary and his demons.
Are you
That
doing
was
any
very
live
professional.
shows coming up that you want people to come to?
It's got one like 10 minutes from now.
That's right. So if this comes out in time,
If you're a Time Lord,
you can
check that out.
Beat me to Comedy Bar. I've got 2 weekly shows, Wednesdays and Sundays at Bad Dog Theater. Both of them are fun. Both of them are at Wednesdays at 9:30, Sundays at 8. Check out my podcast, My Gorgeous Son, where I play my friend's dad and I demean him.
I hope you talk about Lou Williams there too.
I should.
Yeah.
I should start bringing basketball.
You got to
into
sneak
that.
it in somehow.
Lou Williams is pure.
Cool. Well, thanks.
Do you know his deal with Doc Rivers?
No.
If he buys in all the way and tries his hardest, even on D, he doesn't have to work out that much.
That's amazing.
He doesn't have to lift weights. Lou doesn't want to lift weights, and he and Doc have an understanding.
That's great.
And
That's so weird.
He almost retired because he hated his Houston experience so bad, but then Doc saw into his soul and they connected. And that's why Doc's the greatest.
Doc is awesome.
Doc's
And I
great.
didn't used to appreciate Doc until he went to the Clippers.
No one did.
I love Doc. It was always a weird, there's like a mild hate on for Doc that
I
I've
feel
never
like
understood.
there was hate when he was in Orlando. Then there was love when he was in Boston. Then there was hate when he started with the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then there was love when he brought the baby Clippers into the playoffs.
The baby Clippers.
Like, when they lost all their good guys, but then
Yeah.
they got even better and they had heart and spirit.
He had a little,
Moxie.
he got some hate at being the GM too.
He was really,
right.
he was
That was
undeniably bad
people
at
called
that.
him mock
That was-
divers or whatever.
Yeah.
Mock divers.
Yeah.
That was unwise.
Yeah, Jeff Green contract. That was a bad one.
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie, voila. Okay, that's the pod. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Matt, I'll see you next week, right, buddy boy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, subscribe, help us out. I guess so. We love each other, right? Yeah. Okay, thanks for listening to the pod, peeps. See ya.
Can anyone around here speak basketball?
There it is.
It's the Confederacy of Dunks Basketball Podcast.